My internet is just fantastic for watching stream. Well, that's quite a coincidence because my internet is fantastic for doing stream and not causing everything else to completely freeze and go completely unresponsive while I'm doing so, so it works out perfectly. It's a great combination, great amount of synergy we have going on here, but something else my internet is good for is allowing me to look at information that I can't use in any actual useful context, but that I might desire regardless for one reason or another. But yes, it's time for me to... I am in fact alive. Hello, Default and whoever else may be receiving this message. And welcome to my completely delayed and perfectly well planned. I'm sorry, but I clearly was lying when I said that first thing. My perfectly well executed and permanently, perennially well liked and well executed, even though I said it already, stream of video game in which I have to contort weirdly because of my current position, and then you hear the squeaky sound made by the microphone stand as I turn it because it's kind of in the way. And then I play video games expertly and don't falter in that regard at all. Alright, speaking of video games, let me go ahead and switch over to this screen and keep this song playing because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a perfect match for this game, but as you might have guessed, yeah, I guess we'll just... It's gonna sound great. I think we're gonna keep this song playing until it's over. But yeah, this here game, which I am just the best at, as I have proven time and again during my streams of it, and which is definitely not proven to me anything contrary to that yet at any point whatsoever. Might look a little bit different right this second, as in whenever I log in, whenever it finishes loading, wherever it is. I don't know if it's in the base. Oh, it is in the base, okay. We don't have any Millennium. Okay, well, it's probably gonna be something for us to do once we have Millennium, but yes, this game might look a little bit different if you actually stop to pay attention, namely, I'm sure it's pure coincidence, but if you were to look a little bit closely at certain parts of it, you might notice the time has gone up, and also the level has gone up to like 8 levels higher than we were last time, and I'm sure that's completely unnecessary, just a formality, you know, but also gotten some of our money back from getting a wrecked skull over and over and over again during the final confrontation, or the last, I guess the previous confrontation that we had with the current plot boss, which was the Zu Pharg. Let's see, we don't have any Millennium, even though somewhat would be good for this, because that's something else I've kind of done. I've dumped a bunch more of that Millennium into the arms manufacturers, and now there's a couple of them that are ready to level up again, but I've actually saved that so I could do that on stream. Just to see the little pop-ups that show up, and I've also been doing a lot more of those, what are they called? Basic missions? Yeah. That's basically what I spent most of my time off-screen doing. And let me see. Also kind of wanted to see if I could consider like getting a different skull to attempt this thing again, this confrontation again, but no, apparently there's only 2 tiers of skulls you can do, with the ones that are level 30 and the ones that are level 50, and it's gonna be a little bit of a hot minute before we're able to access the level 50 skull, so it's kind of telling me that maybe, just maybe, the... What are they called? Wait, is this 4 million and 4.5 million? Oh boy, yeah, this one's gonna be like incredibly expensive. I can't wait to eventually buy this one and then wreck it, and then we have to pay like that whole thing over and over again just to be able to get it repaired. That has been fun, but I guess since we aren't gonna fuck around with level 50 skulls yet, something I do want to do before I do anything more is make a very slight adjustment to the equipment that I have on this skull, namely the... well, I don't know which of these are the arts. the ones with the beam weapons. I guess it would be the back weapons, left back weapon and right back weapon. Is that what I'm, yeah, left weapon, right back weapon. Because right now, the ones that I have, for the ones that I have equipped are beam-based arts, and I think those are probably the ones that I would be the most willing to replace at this point. Thermal damage, boost damage. I guess I would want to go with versus mechanoids. Absorbs fuel. Bonuses, let's see. Deals beam damage, takes 50 fuel, it's 8,000, so this is probably Arbac only. I'm pretty sure that the ones that say only are the ones that can only have one of them. On that part of your body at a time, so I mean this one seems good, but it's got a bonus against humanoids, so thinking either this one or something else, I don't know. That one, no, I'm thinking this one might be my best option at this point, just to replace both of those with that one. And now I don't have a weapon here, do I? No, I don't, but I think I've successfully managed to re-outfit myself in a way that I'm kind of satisfied with, and oh yeah, reward tickets, I can go pick up some division spoils, I forgot about that. It's usually the first thing I do, but this time I have not remembered to do that, and I also replaced my team members, I guess, because I was trying to like get to 3 affinity points. Oh, well, I literally just started playing. It's been... I can't even get this fucking rewards anymore, can I? Even though I specifically came in here for that. Can I reconnect by coming here? No, the answer is no. Is it literally impossible for me to reconnect if I don't go back to the title screen? I guess so. Well, I guess before we do anything else, again, we're going back to the title screen, but I've been switching my party members. I was trying to get to 3 Hearts of Affinity with Doug, and I did, and I was trying to get to 2 Hearts of Affinity with Murderess, and I did, and now I'm trying to get to like 1 or 2 Hearts of Affinity with the dude that's in my party right now, whose name I've forgotten. Fog, I think. Guess I'm grinding Affinity the old-fashioned way, because I don't know if there's like a more expedited way of grinding Affinity like there was in Xenoblade 1 in this. But if there is, I guess I might find it eventually. I don't know if I will, but it's gonna be something that probably would be of use to me. But yes, let's attempt to log back in. This is completely unreliable, this internet connection, but well, like I said, it's the perfect internet connection to stream with and to do other stuff with. I mean, unreliable, what are you talking about? It's the best internet connection ever, and I proving it time and again by showing off more and more of how it works. Also, hi Red Brief, I didn't say that already. It's been like, what, like 7 minutes since that message was posted. I'm not sure if I did say hi, but yes, hi. And let's see what I have for division activity. Still can't get a salvage ticket. I'm guessing that, I'm thinking that the only way to get a salvage ticket based on what I've seen here is just to coincidentally happen to be in the #1 division for like the previous day. That's how these rewards reward things are given out. I guess we're gonna do a frame patch. That's highest tier 1. I would have preferred to get the Mega Tensifier. I think that's better because it's better for I think you can potentially exploit that to try and do like artificially extend the overdrive modes, I guess, if you end up having to resort to that in a battle, but I don't know if I do. Hold on. Something else that I need to check is to make sure whether I've like all my skills have had their fuel refilled, because they should have. Yeah, apparently they refuel over time, and they also refuel not like based on the amount of time that you spent offline. That's part of it, so I guess that's technically one technique that this game kind of uses to get you to not play for stupidly long amounts of time, but I mean, it's the freaking skull fuel can be depleted really easily depending on what you're doing, so maybe not. I also use augments to apparently give myself an edge. It's another, how do you call it? I guess equipment bonus that I could go for, but yeah. I guess we're just gonna get straight into it. No, we're not. There's one more thing that I almost forgot I wanted to do right now before I go and attempt the plot boss again. Let's go complete all of these other side missions that I did like objectives for off screen, and now all I literally gotta do is go and turn them in, and I think they will be finished. And I get a bunch of free experience out of that, so let's go and do that. Start with this, which it's kind of a miracle that I never came across this specific spot in the past while I was doing stuff off screen, but works out. We did it. I don't know what we did. It's been too long since I started this quest. Sure, this is everything I need. It's finally time to put the final touches on your miracle machine, whatever that was for. Once complete, this device will be a revolution in revolutionary inventions. It will be terribly useful to the blades, not to mention first-rate crowd puller for our humble shop. Let's go make the finishing touches now. I don't remember what this was supposed to be about, but I think El originally bought like this spot from some woman to make his shop, and I guess this is the follow-up to that, whatever this is supposed to be. Hopefully it is alright. I finished lining up our tempting throng of tantalizing trinkets. I know how to alliterate. Our shop was moments away from its grandiose opening, moments, I tell you, so it's not been doing anything this whole time. What do you think, friend? Will the store be the new talk of the tower? I guess so, but what is this mystery device? Let's try to find out about that. How rude of us we failed to explain. Smaller of all inventions opens additional augment slots in your weapons and armor, both with ground gear and skills as well, so isn't it nice that we now have access to that, even though I haven't made use of any augments yet, and yet have come this far. On simple purchase, blades can now elevate their equipment to new and lofty heights. But they say a picture is worth 1,000 worms, so by way of demonstration we will give you this attack assault rifle. Try giving it a new augment slot. How about no? Unless they're gonna force me to do it. I'd rather not, but there we go. Add slots to gear for a sum of Miranium, I guess. As many a wise human has said, you don't want to bring a fife to a gunfight. I wonder what that particular definition of fife would be in this context. Turn good gear great at Else Wonder's new shop. Well, maybe I'll actually bother with this when I min-max. I don't even have any Miranium yet, do I? But yeah, how would you use this? Equipped gear, like if I wanted to equip something or open up a new slot here, we would need 1500 Miranium, which isn't that much. But I'm still at the point where I would want to order this. Can it add more slots? Okay, so like upwards of 10,000 it seems for most gear. Not terribly higher than that. Unless it's really crappy stuff, in which case it's actually really cheap, but we don't have any Miranium right now anyway, so it's a moot point. What about skill gear? I should check that too. That might be somewhat more relevant, because you can't... oh boy, it's way more expensive. It's actually more Miranium that we can hold at the moment, so unless we upgrade our probe stuff way more, that's not gonna work. Well, I did move around some probe stuff so that I could make more money from that, because yeah, apparently getting your high-level scale wrecked a bunch of times in a row is going to... wait, what? How about an augment slot and a piece of your equipment? What if I don't want to? I don't even have any Miranium. Yes, we're not going to be able to complete that until we get a payout, but let's do the other one instead, I guess. Oblivia, Foray, Industrial District. I guess we're going to Oblivia. Just gonna have to sort of wander around the entirety of the world for a little while before we actually get on with the current objective that we have. Not we're cleaning up at least. Cleaning up our big old backlog of missions, and maybe accepting even more missions, because I'm pretty sure that's another thing. Some of the basic missions that I have right now are something that I've ignored completely because they involve just literally going to a location to talk to someone to accept a normal mission, so I guess we're gonna do all of that right now, haven't we? But for now, we're just gonna come down here so we can finish talking to this woman that I'm pretty sure we've dealt with in the past.
Yes?
How's it coming along? Were you able to gather those redwood epic antlers? Yeah, we sure were. We only have the two we're aiming to gather from what I remember. And the rest of my angel stones too. We did it, the assignments are complete. When my skill was correct, I figured there was no chance I could finish these. I knew you could get this much done working with a partner, well. Teamwork is key, or take the credit for yourself. Well, I mean, I did part of it. I guess that was all I did. Quote unquote. I finally see that before I barely managed to manage a conversation with the other members of my division. Now I think it's time to take a chance on real honest cooperation. Well, we'll have to find out how that goes. I think that'll be it's not gonna go at all, but there we go, get in more. Affinity, even though the only person who's actually getting more affinity with me right now is this dude, because he's the only one that doesn't have maxed out affinity yet. I guess we'll keep going. I think we are aiming for 2 hearts of affinity with him, and if not, then it doesn't really hurt to get a little more. Alright, let's go to Industrial District. I don't know if we're starting a quest by doing this or if we're following up on one, but I guess we're just gonna do these in descending order of how they appear on our list of things. If there's like actual unfinished normal missions that we have to do more stuff for, then we're gonna leave those for later. Just gonna complete the ones that I can't complete right now and then head straight on to the plot boss confrontation again. So it goes this time, but let's see here. My brother went to the Silent Mire and barely escaped alive. He said there's no sun and it's crawling with that cyclist even during the day. I wonder if that's like a side quest prompt or something. Let's go talk to Sullivan here. Didn't we talk to you at some point in the past? I don't know. Well, I guess we did. There's been good news. I guess we got some Phosphorus 3 seeds from Noctilum, which I'm pretty sure I did that last among the side missions that I had. And I was going to be gathering like the generic blue shiny collectibles, but now apparently it's gathering specific items that are red that appears exclusively for the mission, so it wasn't that difficult. First, you actually brought samples for storage, research, display, trading, sponsor, kickback, and birthday purposes. Well, though your actions may not make it into my research paper, know that the results of your work shall live on for all time. If nothing else, please look upon your contributions with great pride. And we're pleased to know that I finished analysis on the samples of the first specimen you brought me earlier. Alright. Don't remember what that was. Goes beyond any conventional definition of the word plant. It's an entity, I suppose. Just another in a long list of assumption-shattering finds in Mira. Oh. Well, I realized gathering those samples was not easy. You have my sincerest thanks, kind madam. If I require hard to obtain samples again in the future, I hope you'll lend me your services once more. For storage, test, display, trading, sponsor, gift, award, propaganda, and personal use. Well, one can never have too many samples, right? What kind of personal use? Is it individual personal use or otherwise, I wonder, also? Did someone just level up? I don't know. Maybe Lynn did. I don't think she did, because then I would have, she would have actually had a dialogue of mine or something, trading for. Oh yeah, we got all the key eggs for this mission, so let's go back to Oblivia. It's clearly the most efficient progression of this list of missions that I could possibly have. I mean, something I've noticed from accepting a bunch of basic missions at once is that when you're accepting those at the terminal, they seem to be more or less ordered by area, so if you try to go down and then they show up in your menu of missions in the order that you accepted them in, so if you do that, you can just kind of go down the list and as much as you can in a single area and then move on to the next area, but I don't think any of these things are gonna aggro over to that level. Okay. Let's go find the Prone Keeper. We still have the frickin' Nopan with the hat in our inventory as a traveling companion. And here's the guy. Hey, look what we brought you, my mortal enemy, who wants me dead because you're a bunch of mercenaries working for the evil alien empire. It was a pleasure to see best clients of Moomin. Only brought the goods. There we go. Kiwi with an egg-like shell. Not bad, this will keep Prone fed for a while. which is wonderful. About the balance of payment owed. Well, brought too little your cheat, there is no balance, I owe you nothing. Well, I don't think that's gonna end well for him. Finding that many keywords nearly killed poor woman. Well, still have life cheat, be grateful. This last time we would ever do business here. Oh. Will cheat may regret that. Day merchant let customer win is last day in career of merchant. Well, we take by force raid your caravan. Claim all we desire, so we will not sell, we have no choice. But we have this whimsical music to go over this exchange. Of course, we would want to keep selling the best promote friends ever. Well, or I mean, we could kill them right here, but apparently we don't have the option to. Just kind of walk away, and these guys are perfectly friendly. No, they're just gone now. Oops, that was a... So we facilitated a continued trade practice between the Nopon and the evil alien mercenaries, and I guess that was the better outcome because that took more effort. I'll figure how that works. Hold on, let's see. Red Heart Pioneer, what else do we need to do for this? Talk to Kirsty? Oh yeah, we did all the Oblivia trailblazing stuff, so... Let's go to the commercial district to finish this mission. Wonder what else. I think there's only like a couple more missions that we can turn in at this point, so I know it's not gonna make a big difference anyway as far as the rewards we get for it, but here we go. She's here 24/7 because of course she is. I don't know ravenous when it comes to learning. Oh, there they are. Now that they've seen how much Moranium Frontier now brings in, they want to know all about it. Lining up to ask me questions, some of them even follow me around. Gift for teaching, or is in a position to teach anything? Well, I don't know. Does she have any kind of character development before? I gave you a crash course on Frontier Nav not too long ago. No, it was long ago. You don't understand how the passage of time works for me in this game. That takes care of all the objectives for this assignment. Good work. Looks like the information on the data unit is intact to boot. I'll make sure you get your reward right away. So there we are. Looks like these guys plan to go home anytime soon though. I'm exhausted from the hailstorm of questions, but what are you gonna do? It's a little flattering to have people so interested in my work. I helped develop Frontier Nav, after all. I mean, I guess we can ask about that. She'd probably like that. That's classified information, so maybe you can just forget you heard it. Well, never mind. That was forever ago. Not sure if you've heard, but apparently there's a Manon out there who's offering credits for Moranium. Well, you can accept requests from her through mission control. Take a look if you're curious. It's something a person like you could probably make good use of. Maybe, I mean, there we go, another. We're getting more segment recon too, so we're getting more survey stuff, completion. What about this? We got achieved all objectives, which is gathering elemental clusters and red tiles antennae. Alright, let's we can either go to Barista Court and give Dana the elemental clusters or the red tiles antennae, and I'm pretty sure she said that the other guy would probably prefer the cluster, so I guess we'll give her that. Hold on, what do we got here? I went to confer with Kirsty. She told me not to even talk to her because she was far too busy thinking about Silverlum, whatever that means. That might be another red, what's it called? Normal mission queue. Startup queue? I don't know. I can finally figure out what I want to say. I never knew love letters were so hard. So about that present, I still haven't decided which one to give him. Well, sure, we'll give her the clusters. We have two of each anyway, so we're kinda lumpy, but Christopher did say he needed to do repairs on his skill, you know, the one with the name, Watserdite. Boy, oh. You like them, right? Just return once your low is cured, okay. Need to take additional readings, well. Let's see what the follow-up to this is. It went well. This can't be right, can it? These numbers are mad. Maybe she's suffering from a serious medical crisis. Well, Christopher said he'll go out with me. There we go. He was repairing his skill, and apparently the part I gave him was the last one he was missing. He said me coincidentally bringing it was a sign from the goddess of beauty that it was fate or whatever. So, long exposure to numbers this high is probably going to fry my emotionometer. Well, I love everyone right now. Love is a menace, is it not? Well, for a body the size of hers to house so much energy, humans are fearsome creatures, yes. Do you hold such potential emotional energy inside as well? I guess it depends on the inside. Well, I mean, that's what I would say, IRL, but depends on your mental, cerebral capacity, really. I guess I'm gonna say on the inside. And two people like that. I suppose you do seem quite unlike this subject, don't you? Love-filled Dana contrasted against the loveless Razak feel most fascinating, you know. It's yielded extremely helpful data, hasn't it? At last I understand what you mean by social literacy. Now we will continue to study it until I have mastered it. Alright. Human reservations. I guess not this time. So we did it. We got actually quite a bit from out of that compared to other missions, but makes sense considering how long it took to finish this particular one. Can't stay in the stream, my internet is so fucking garbage that it gets stuck on the app and it keeps having errors anyway, so whatever. Now that sucks. Hope your internet gets better. Default. Oh boy. But I see that I just got my Millennium payout, so let's... let's do a couple of things. First we will... There's Castle in the Sky. The courier had his cargo stolen. Eyewitness report. Oh yeah, that's something that I forgot about this. I triggered this in while exploring Cellbloom and I just kind of triggered it because I didn't remember, or wasn't going to remember, to look for it later. So we could go for that next, or we could go for, I think this is for accepting a mission, what's it called, Affinity mission, so I don't think we can do it now. So I'll confirm it later, but... This is another one that's for accepting a different mission, so I'll go back to Administrative District right now.
Oh, hey!
Let's see, here we go to, not to the hangar entrance, we'll go to the Armory Alley. That's the only teleportation spot that's within that range that is actually at this elevation. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna be leveling up the AMs. Granada Galactic Group only needs like 1,000, less than 1,000 actually, needs that many to get maxed out, so let's go with that. And there we go. All products further upgraded. Sign of customer appreciation, all of our products have been further upgraded with battle traits. And that's maxed out now. We can also put Orpheum technologies to the next level, which would take 299, I guess. Exactly that. No, we need 1,000 more and discounted. There we go. All products upgraded. We're not averse to Millennium. It is required to give form to the conceptual after all, so... There you go. I now have 1 more in 4 and 1 more in 5, so let's keep... well, no, before we dump more money into these things, or Millennium, whatever. Let's come over here and do the thing that apparently we're gonna have to do for this this mission. Have to upgrade something here to complete a thing. Maybe we can upgrade something that we currently have equipped, like, I don't know. Another augment slot, even though we don't even have any augments to put into these right now. Like, I don't know. That's the actual objective. I should have actually made that the main objective right now of the mission that requires you to do this. It says, open an augment slot on a piece of your equipment, so it can be anything. Alright. Yes, let's try this, this vivid bulwark. Insufficient Millennium, what do you mean? More than 12,000, I just realized that. So we literally can't afford it because we can't hold that much Millennium. Ah, shit. Well. What about, well, that's combat bulwark. No, maybe not. We do something with, just use fucking gear. Add a slot to it with Fog's cheap-ass pants that we're not actually going to be using for anything, but it gets the mission complete. Thus, new slots for augments are born in otherwise unremarkable equipment, all thanks to our handy new invention. It's certain to become a necessity for all self-respecting blades. When they come by to avail themselves of this service, they'll be unable to pass up the rest of our fantastical collection. Solid plan, or I don't know what the rest of the fantastical collection, but I mean it's probably a good thing to attract customers anyway. Terribly eager to share these peerless works with all citizens of New LA. I think your shop will be a huge success, El. Well, maybe I can stay on to help. You would need someone to maintain your super machine after all. Well, there you go. You're officially open for business, and it was you who made the grand opening possible. There we go. A fair amount of stuff out of that. Monies. Not that it really matters, but yeah, we haven't really gotten a lot more experience out of that or anything, but let's see what else is next. We need to go to... we're gonna dump the rest of our uranium in the AMs right now, and then we're gonna be going over to the next tower mission, which was where here. Just gotta have priorities when we rushing up our plans here. Dump the rest of this into Meredith, whatever. That one's almost level 5, which means that it's almost maxed out. We need just one more of them there. Uranium payouts to actually be able to max that out, I'm pretty sure. So.
Yep, and get this.
Get this. I don't know what we're gonna get, but we're gonna get something new by coming over here and finding a new mission. What does Stella want from us today? Top secret mission for you, Razakville. Vanden even asked for you by name, really. Well, or you. I guess we haven't met before. I'll not say too much, but I'm a member of an intelligence agency, which, as you know, there's a lot of secrecy in this extremely limited off-world human society. There's a courier of sorts delivering sensitive missions from the commander or director general to the individuals they're intended for. Think of me as your friendly neighborhood message girl. Yeah, really. Expanded frontier nav into Oblivia, correct? It's given us access to new ganglion intel. Perhaps you're familiar with the prone village in southern Oblivia. We've learned that there are xenoforms in that village being held as forced laborers. Neither human nor Noppan. It's an entirely new alien race, really. Probably look into this because it might lead to another AM being opened or unlocked. When freedom and win them over to our side, we'll stand to gain a mountain of intel on the prone. There's a strong chance they might join us as allies like the Manon and Noppan here. We have gotten that from another race already, the ones that made the new AM, but I don't even remember what they were called. I can see how this opportunity is too tasty for us to pass up, so how about it? Well, rescue the captive xenoforms. Yeah, we'll do that later though. Like I said. Or not. Apparently we didn't... Oh no, that's the basic mission for accepting that. I don't even think we got anything out of that, but anyway. Judging from our maps, this is a pretty large prone settlement, so expect some heavy resistance, but there are a number of viable infiltration routes here. Like just flying over everything with your skill. Let's see, what else do we need to take care of now? We'll get to chapter 10, we will, but for now, let's see. Anything else that we need to do that isn't just, oh shit, something else entirely, like Scalper, Trevor Oil, Grease, hunt stuff, and I think we're pretty much done. With the stuff that's completable easily, so let's actually focus on the plot mission again, for once. Defeat Zu Pharg. Which, oh, what do we got here? Hold on. Where to move out, you're heading for Lakeview Stronghold to recover an alien container that's inside it nearby. Unless somebody else gets to it first. Yes.
Yep, and get this.
Let's see, is there anything else that I would want to do in the meantime, or could I just like warp over to... I guess I'm just gonna warp over to the place and just attempt to fight again with my... Actually no, before I do that, I should probably switch out my party real quick. I think Murderess might actually be the highest level party member that isn't in my core party that I can recruit right now, so let's see if we can find her back here. Supposed to be like really close to Hario, to where Irina is.
This job better pay.
This job better pan, or whatever she says, yeah.
Let's go.
Does that dialogue say the Murderess and not just Murderess? I mean, that would make sense, I guess. I wonder if she has an actual name that we can find out. I'm not sure she has the other scout registered to her, so... Probably a good thing that... I did not remember that, but... Fuck, what do I actually want to say there? Probably a good thing. Probably a convenient thing. It is Not probably, but definitely a good thing that that turned out to be the case, because I can save some time. That's probably what I meant to say, but as always, my brain jumped the gun and let me begin that sentence with the wrong words. But what else is new? Let's see. Okay, so it's been not terribly long since we attempted this the last time. Okay, we're not even at the top of the mountain right now, hold on. I guess North Summit is the warp point that I should actually have gone to, so... Don't think you're gonna be able to... I think if I recall, you're not actually able to escape this thing if you... This area if you... hold on, where's my scale? We need the scales. Before we even approach. You're not able to escape the zone once you initiate this plot boss fight, so... If I lose, then my skill is gonna get fucking wrecked and I'm gonna have to pay to repair it again, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. Now we just initiate the fight now, right? Where's the Zu Pharg? There it is. Right, also, yeah, please. Actually, initiate the battle here and... begin all operations. Looking at target, I don't know. Let's see if I can still do my combo, right? Like, try to weaken each one of these monsters or targets and kill them individually with the backstab thing. Then I'm gonna do it for these guys. Okay, one Falso is down. The other Falso shall be hit with the other big attack that I have, I guess. Yeah, that's another... Now I have two big combo attacks that I can do. Does this count as beam damage? Yeah, it does. So I can... oh, there we go. What else do we have? Is there a Kamiva or something? No. I guess we're gonna focusing... I don't know if there's any Kamivas or any, like, Gaudian scales around here. Anything like that. Go ahead and focus everything... Focus all attacks on the Zu Pharg now, I guess. That'll be the main thing right now. Give myself a shield, what does it do? Beam resistance up. Shit. Gotta remember that we skip over the empty slots there. Right, so... Okay, do that first, then do this, and then hit it with the two Mongo damage attacks that I have. How much skill this actually does? Apparently the answer is not terribly much, but oh, there we go, we can reset the combo right off the bat because we got that. Oh boy. Apparently some of my scale bodies are already getting wrecked, but I'm just gonna spam this as much as possible with the drive. Just try to do as much damage on the main target as we can, because from what I've seen, few indications that I've done into this boss, apparently all you really need to do to, like the only part of this fight that has pretty much mandatory skill involvement on your part is this part, and you'll need to bring the health down to about half health to move on to the next phase. Which I would like... Oh no, reinforcements. That's actually bad news. Well, let's get more potential, because I get the feeling that being able to do the... What's it called? Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh no, I just got knocked down. Hold on, I can get back up, surely. Matter of holding down one button. And hope that, yeah, I don't know what happened there. Okay, we're back low, which I think is technically better news. Let's see how we do here. Oh dear lord. I don't know if it's a dumb move on my part to not focus the reinforcements right now, but... Well, it's already half dead, clearly. That should be the cue for something to happen. Okay, here we go. So already we've managed to make it farther than... We did plenty of attacks, insipid little germs. I heard a few words. I hope that it kind of checkpoints me here or something, so we don't have to redo the first phase again. But I don't know if I can expect that.
goddamn planet if I have to.
Please, have you forgotten Human City?
Silence! Stop with all the thinking. It's not your strong suit.
But you cannot win like this. You must transform Zu Pharg now.
It's just about to, okay? Now would you kindly please shut up? No one makes a fool of me. No one!
So I guess this is gonna be our other token generic evil ganglion character that's gonna get killed anticlimactically as part of a big robot fight, just like the other chick was. The one that was more blue than white. I'm pretty sure she died when we beat up her skull, so... Let's go to phase 2, I guess. Phase 2 in which at least this thing is on the ground, so even if our skull gets wrecked, that's not gonna be an instant game over for us. I don't think, but I hope we don't actually get to that point.
How could something that big transform in flight?
The ganglion must have some kind of anti-gravitational flight technology.
That's the only thing that makes sense. Our flight modules still rely on propulsion. I hate to admit it, but this is way beyond anything we've got. We're outclassed.
I mean, we beat it up before.
Advances before, especially when we were needed the most. That won't happen.
So what, are we gonna spontaneously come up with an anti-gravity thing ourselves in the middle of this fight?
Just want to coexist peacefully. But now that you've seen my little secret, I've no choice but to wipe you out.
I didn't really see what the point of that dialogue was. It just seemed very without direction, to put it one way. But hey, we did it. We didn't completely
Success with your miserable life.
get insta-wrecked in the first phase of this fight, so... Guess we're gonna go over here to, yeah, this thing, these plates. Probably a good idea to focus on these for now. Actually, yeah, it is a good thing that I focused on that first. I think, trying to do overdrive, which I guess I will do now. Here we go. Overdrive is on. Will probably help my skill health go up a little bit. I'm not actually sure entirely how it works, but we'll see. Let's activate all the arts at once. That's clearly the main thing. With this first, which misses somehow, and well, the overdrive is extended at least. Let's go ahead and pop this here, even though this is gonna be subpar attacks for this. Oh boy. I assume I want to destroy these things. I'm not quite sure why, but oh boy. That sure was a nice overdrive. I still don't, like, it's hard enough trying to figure out how the fucking on-foot overdrive works, man. I've not managed to do that for the robot overdrive yet. Alright, I'm gonna try to heal yourself and myself a little bit at least. Yeah, please hit. I'm not even sure what appendage, but all the counters being in the back right now. I guess I'll take that. There we go. One more appendage destroyed. I guess I'm getting a little bit of health more back out of this, at least too. I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure that at this point, even if we get, if our skull gets booted, we're still gonna be probably fine.
Hostile neutralized. Switch to close range combat.
I won't leave them a second to
You
breathe.
wish. Nice. Move in and do some damage.
Right, well, they will have a second to breathe in spite of my efforts, probably. That's what I have to say on my part. For myself.
Now weaken it.
Right, yeah. Is it just moving along? I don't know if we have like a time limit to beat this thing. Probably don't. Wouldn't really make sense. Right, there we go. We're getting patched up. I don't know how I got my own health back or how how Elma's skill also got some health back, but there we go. I assume that getting rid of these fucking Metal Gear electric plate things is a good thing, so just continue to focus that for now. Okay, let's... Oh, there we go, we're getting healed again. We can in fact continue to oblige with that, I guess, because that's recharged a little bit faster than everything else. And do this. We can get to that and hit it with this and hopefully, you know, actually do damage so I can get some good damage on that. But and now we wait for this thing to be back, I guess. Alright, there's your patch up for a different character, I guess. Oh, perfect. That was actually the best timing possible for that attack too, or for the cockpit mode trigger. Ooh, shit. I don't know, should I focus on the thing in the middle? I think before, oh shit. Oh, Murder's dead. Oh, what a damn shame. The lowest, what's it called? The lowest level character in our party is dead. I can't believe that happened. How did that happen? Right, here we go. Let's go ahead and, go back over to the back of the scale. I think we're gonna be fine. Even if fucking Elma doesn't make it, clearly that's not the problem here for the main thing. Oh, there we go. That thing's dead. And now we can focus fire on this dude, whatever this thing up here might be. Guess we should focus on this Galder too. I guess it's a little flunky boss kind of deal that we should probably try to clear out first. There we go. Extra shit that we really shouldn't have to deal with, but whatever. Oh no, Lynn died. That might actually be bad news. Is there a Kamiva? Yeah, we're also getting... Oh, there's a shit ton of flunkies, what the hell. Why did all these assholes decide to show up? Also, how did fucking Elma Scout get all her health back? Oh, it's health back. I'm honestly pretty confused about this nonsense. Just fuck them all up. That'll... Okay, I guess we're gonna strike this dude with this attack, even though... Yeah, it's a one-hit kill for that guy. Hit this Kamiva and finish her off. And the Falsuo thing. There we go. Get some fuel back by binding that thing, and there we go. Now maybe are we out of flunkies to find and we can focus on the main dude again. Hopefully. Would be nice. It does seem to be moving across this whole expanse, just moving through shit, but it's clearly not a big deal. Right, let's go ahead and activate overdrive. So we can maybe get a bit better with our damage dealing, and look at this. Ooh. Closer and hit it with this. There we go. I don't know what I just broke, but I guess it's a good thing that I broke it. I don't know if, yeah, overdrive. There we go. Oh, there we go. I'm lucky here. I guess we get extended overdrive. Let's see, let's do this in the correct order. This, and this. Ooh, I guess overdrive gives us more cockpit mode as well, maybe. That's done. I don't know if I did that in the correct order. I think I did. I think this is actually gonna end well for once. You're gonna call more fucking reinforcements? I hope not. It's this. I think it might have called reinforcements already, yeah. Actually. Get a load of this. We're now playing a Sonic game. Alright, are there any more enemies that we need to focus on during this part, or... Is that not the case? That might not be the case, actually. Oh, whatever that thing is, I guess it's almost done. Appendage is almost done. Right, there we go. Tough patched up. Ended myself even though I activate the shield and do heal you with it anyway. I'm very confused. Not I, but my character in game is very confused as to how that works. There we go. Right, let's move in and do some damage, which should be plenty of damage. Any luck. Yeah, not as noticeable as it was before, but definitely making more of a dent now. This thing is basically 9/10 dead already, size dent. Time to absorb all attacks, I guess. Close range combat? I don't know if that's really a good idea, but I guess we're gonna keep feeding it with this. Over. Right, moving in to do some damage. Oh, if only I could, but I can't. Right, now we can follow up with this. Maybe that'll make all the limbs be done. Now apparently whatever these arm limbs are, they're way stronger than the rest of the limbs of this robot. But yeah, this fucker's almost dead. I think we're actually gonna do it for once. For once and for the only time in our lives, I guess. I don't think I'm ever gonna wanna go against this boss again. I guess all we do now is just bide our time. It's a lot of attrition at this point. I don't even think it's possible for us to lose anymore at this point, but still. Well, that thing's health is already basically empty, but I guess it managed to knock us down at the last second. I'm trying to, you know, elevate myself again so I can... Well, let's just hit it with one of these, or no, never mind, didn't even need to. We just managed to do it with an auto attack. No buttons left to press. I guess that's true for me as well. I can't believe I've done it. Can't believe that was basically the entirety of this stupid chapter. It was just this boss fight.
They're just puny, wretched little humans!
Bye-bye, nasty robot. Ganglion learned hard way what happens when you mess with Team Tatsu.
We fought as a team and we fought well. I only hope there aren't any more like this back at their base.
If these things hit the city in numbers, we'd have no chance at all.
I think we would. We have way more fucking skills back at the city.
Exactly another reason we need to find that Lifehold core as soon as possible.
What do you mean?
Remember what the Rothian prince told us in Silverland about the Ganglion? Apparently, they fear actual human bodies.
Do they? I don't remember that bit.
Why that is, but it might be the key to victory.
Is it because it's a War of the Worlds kind of thing where
Survival.
the evil alien empire is gonna be defeated by the common cold? Or I wonder if that's where this is going. But hey, we've done it. Done it perfectly legitimately. Prepared the data probe and also killed the giant robot that showed up. Which we were completely unable to do, but hey, we got the Zu Pharg model out of killing the Zu Pharg, so isn't that nice? And our freaking skill didn't even get wrecked, so we didn't have to, oh hey, blade level up. We got into blade level 9, so we're one blade level away from maxing that out. Also, let's get the fuck out of here, because I don't want to do more fights at this point, oh, for fuck's sake. There. But yes. guess we've accomplished it. Can't actually, I guess we're gonna go back to do something else. I don't even know what we're gonna go back to do now, actually. Hold on. There's a new sector update in the administrative district. Let me check that real quick. What is it? I look up here. There's apparently a new mission we can accept from there. Okay. There you go there. New Kirsty mission. Maybe we can also drop by the... I should go to the Blade Concourse anyway, because that's where we need to go to get our upgrades for Blade level 9, Blade level up. Looked into it briefly, and apparently the way you get to like level 5 for the field skills too is... I need to do some of the... Well, let's read this first. You know what? That guy Hugo, he's going around the industrial district bugging every blade he sees to help him with some new invention. Well, aren't there somebody else here that wants to give me a quest, but they're not in this elevation. But apparently the way you get to level 5 in field skills is if you level them up high enough to level 4, you can find a basic mission that requires you to like find some secret enemies and some secret materials and locations, and if you manage to do that, it's like a scavenger hunt. If you manage to do that, that's how you get to level 5 for that skill. Alright, well here's Raleigh. I don't remember this person at all. Carving Gun, you're the only one left who can help save my team. Oh, yeah, what did happen? I don't know what we're following up here. Need to learn to stay calm like you, let me explain. The Black Scale has been targeting members of Corwin's team. Okay, now I remember more of this. Didn't we hear about the Black Scale from some guy with a mustache, though? Lost contact with a number of blades now who never made it back to the city, so Corwin put together a rescue team with himself at the lead, and they left New LA a while ago. Now they've all gone dark as well, and I'm the only member of the team left. Captain Raleigh only remembers you when it's convenient or valuable. So I'm gonna be the paragon here. Considering the skill you've displayed thus far, it's not something I'd easily forget, so save my team. So maybe we'll actually fight the Black Scale if you follow through with this mission. I don't know. Or can pinpointing the others and call you as soon as I know more. Also, what's over here? Berta dropped her comm device. She seems to be wandering the commercial district saying bad things under her breath. Oh boy, well that's another side mission that probably unlocked. And as for the one that's marked back here, I don't know where it might be. I guess it's the one that's Kirsty, then she might actually be on this elevation. I'll have to go around. It's either here or in the... Oh no, here she is. We're in the hangar that's below us, but apparently she's just back here in the dark. Been getting tons of info from all our new data probes recently. Is this just me, or did you install pretty much all of them? Well, pretty sure I did. Everybody's wondering how you're reaching so many probe placement sites so quickly. Well, my robot can fly, that's the main reason. Your own unique method, or shrugged and raised your eyebrows mysteriously? Well, we might as well just do it. Even the developers of Frontier have never thought about going about it like that. I guess it's not supposed to be a specific thing. Well, I have you got a job that involves mining for Aurorite in Selvalum, really. A bounty out on some Nectar security posts that have been causing trouble in the region. This is another trailblazing set of things, I guess so. I should be able to do at least one of these easily. Yeah, Selvalum trailblazing 1, 2, and 3. Let's go ahead and accept that, but I won't set that. Alright, well, I mean, we can at least, we already got this, I guess, so it doesn't matter. Indigen, which I didn't even see how many of them there are, but I guess we'll set this one as the current objective. Plus, I'll give you a special treat when you're finished. Tell you what's inside all those classified data units I've been retrieving. Yeah, why are you doing that, though? That's a little suspicious. Sometimes a girl just wants to be a rebel. It's alright, well, everyone else who knew about it is gone. I guess I don't want to be the only person who knows. Yeah, we did already do one of those without meaning to, but that's another thing. Completed, we can... I don't know. I guess check the map to see if there's anything else, or else just look at the basic missions. So I did say we need to go to the Blade Conquerors anyway to upgrade our ship, so let's do that at once. We don't have another Meridian payout yet, we do not. Maybe activate a few more of these affinity missions. Probably gonna go over a few of those now. Newest bonus is right here. Room locations added. New room locations can now be customized in the Blade Barracks, somehow. Set the colors so it's more color options. Well.
Which skill?
And well, there's only one more skill. Biological field skill and
You're gonna do great things.
just one more and it'll reach level 4. What about this one that's right here? Need 2 affinity with the elf. I don't know if we have 2 affinity with the elf.
Hey!
Let's see. Guess now is a good time to stop and look at the map. I think I'm still gonna be missing, what do you call it? I think I am still gonna be missing some affinity requirements for some of the affinity missions, but should be able to accept a few more of them at least. I've gone up in level requirements. No new lane if that's an affinity mission. What about this one? There's another normal mission I can accept here in the industrial district, so let's transport ourselves there. I think I'm just gonna accept a bunch of these normal missions and then figure out some affinity missions to do. Let's see, yeah, there's supposed to be a guy right here that gives you a new mission.
Oh, thank God.
How's that battle probe treating you? Oh, this is the guy that gave us the battle probe. Oh. Not totally unimpressed. We haven't really used it. Your cynicism is overwhelming. How do you manage to sleep at night with such an outlook? Are you serious? Is it really not useful in the field? That means those stubborn goons in the arms industry were right all along. Melee boost. Alright, let's see. As soon as I get 15,000 units of Maranium, we'll be impressed this time. We need to deliver them all at once. I mean, we can probably do it in multiple things, but if I need to hold 15,000 all at once, I can't actually do that yet, because I need to upgrade my capacity. More. Maybe fighting in that region will have their melee attack power increased. So yeah, I guess it won't actually let me do it unless I have the full amount with me at the same time, which is gonna be a pain. Because I need to, I don't know, I guess I'll go to Primordia and find some places to plant some probes. Like, how about this place? Or specifically for I guess storage probe. Yeah. I'll increase my revenue total very slightly, but that's whatever. It's probably a good thing in the long run. We have 3 storage probes right now anyway, so let's get them synergize. There we go. And now our Maranium total that we can hold is what? It's 23,700. Which is certainly better than what we had before. Now we gotta wait for a few payouts to actually get that amount. What's our Maranium payout right now? It's 16,000-ish, so yeah. Get a little bit more that way, right off the bat. And of course our actual revenue payout is way more, which is kind of necessary, or it will be, but... let me see, now what do I do? I guess I'm gonna check the map again. The industrial district, and I don't think there's gonna be anything new here either. As far as missions we haven't found. That's actually marked at least. Let's look in the commercial district, there's apparently something new there. Affinity shift. What's an affinity shift? Guess we need to go and check it out. Let's do it. There's this affinity shift that I'm seeing. Apparently, if I talk to this person, we get an affinity shift with other characters, I guess. What am I gonna do? Can you help? I can't believe that actually worked. Screaming loudly and looking upset actually pays off, doesn't it? I brought my cam device somewhere and I cannot live without it, do you understand? It's pretty much the only way I have of contacting my friends when I want to hang out, isn't it? How else can I surf Frontier now when I'm bored? I'm sure you see how this is a really horrible situation, right? Look, I'm not gonna ask you to find it for me, but do you think you could at least maybe point me in the direction of a good intel dealer? I don't know. Introduction fee or suggest. I guess we're gonna just be nice. Bet this chat character could find my device in no time, right? Get in touch with him and see, I suppose. Data services cost money. How much money? Well, not much. Nope. Forget it all, right. To pay those kinds of fees, I'll need to get a job. Well, rather be bored than complicate my life with something as taxing as actual labor, if you follow. Well, I'm sure some people can relate to this. Shifty eyes, but... that's apparently what's new in the commercial district. What about the residential district? Let's see, is there anything... any new marked missions that aren't offended missions that I can find there? Apparently the answer is no. Nothing in the Manon ship, and the Blade Barracks. Well, I need to look in the Blade Barracks anyway, because, let me see. Figure out what the next plot requirements are gonna be. Survey 10% of Cold Rush, complete the 9 Lives Affinity mission, and complete the Boot Camp Affinity mission. We can do that. Guess we're just gonna try to find out which Affinity missions we're gonna be doing next. Hold on a second, actually let me check the things in the background here. This seems like an acceptable time to do that. This is... this? No. Daily. Well, apparently I don't have this window open anymore. 1 second, please. Unless I don't, then I just fail to recognize the... I'll show me the results. There we go. Oh, what a damn shame. Alright, well, never mind. Because I'm closing that. But anyway, what am I doing right now? I am trying to figure out which affinity missions I want. I guess I'm gonna start looking at the Blade Barracks. Maybe like try to keep a mental checklist of all the ones that I can access right now. There's one that requires Arena, level 4 affinity and level 50, so we're not gonna be able to do that. Which ones do we need for the plot? 9 lives and boot camp. Oh, there's one we can make at level 34. One at level 47, which we haven't reached yet, so not yet. One at level 32. Okay, so we got 32, 34 out of the ones we can do. What about the administrative district? Level 2 affinity with L, we can't do that one yet. Level 3 affinity with Fog and another guy. Can't do that one yet, even though we could have done that at a lower level. Level 30, 3 affinity with Dog, we can do that one. Probably will do that one first. And up here, what do we got? Level 2 affinity with Murderess, level 39. There's 2 we can do in the barracks, 2 we can do in administrative districts. One we can do right now, that's highest level one. At the moment, it's level 44 in the industrial district. Do we have level 1 affinity with Gwyn? Because if so, then we can do boot camp, and we're gonna have to do boot camp at some point, because apparently that's one of the... what do you call it? One of the affinity missions that we need to complete for the plot next, so let's see. What's our affinity with Gwyn? Is it at least 1 heart? It is at least 1 heart, okay, good. So yeah, that's 2 that we can do in the industrial district as well, and one of those is one of the required ones. What what about the commercial district? I'm not seeing any here, even though that's where we are at the moment. What about the residential districts? There's one for which we need two affinity with fog. I guess that's the one that I was aiming for when I had him in the party, which we're gonna be doing the one with Doug first. Let me see, because that's the lowest level one right now. We need 3 members, and yeah, it's supposed to be just you and Rena and not Rena, Elma and Lynn, just those 3, so I guess we're gonna do that one first. Let's see, I don't know if it's at Blade Concourse or if it's on the hangar. I guess we'll find out, but we're gonna do that one first. I guess we're just gonna do these affinity missions, as many of these as we can for now, and then maybe some side missions as well, and then kind of leave it off for the time being. Let's see. First we need to find out where this affinity marker is. I think this is the one. There we go. I just need to kick murderers out of the party, and then we will have all the requirements exactly as they need to be. And that reminds me too, we need to, we probably don't need to, but let me go back into the, you know what, fuck it, let's do this first, because it's just for triggering the mission. But I do want to go back into the hangar real quick so we can get our scale repaired. That got wrecked in the last boss fight, but let's see what this is about.
Yo, Elma, good timing. I just got a juicy tip. Care to get in on it?
That's all right.
Juicy tip.
Seriously? Don't you even want to hear what it is first?
Something tells me if it was that juicy, you wouldn't be approaching me about it like this.
Oh, come on. Make me sound like a con man. You could at least feign interest, you know? Common courtesy and all that?
Ah, common courtesy. You mean back on Earth.
Yeah, I know we're on Mira now and all, but still.
All right, Doug, all right. Let's hear it.
That's more like it. Meet me in back of the diner in the industrial district, okay? Fewer ears there, you know?
That doesn't seem sketchy at all. Something of a tasty tale. Well, running on an indigent hunt, I guess we will. And, but yeah, like I said, I'm not actually gonna be heading straight there. Before that, I wanna go into the barracks so I can get my scales repaired, and then... then I guess we will go straight over there. But one thing at a time, you know. Look in here for a moment, and there we go. Showing how to replace the scale. And now we head over here and see exactly what we need to go, where we need to go. Okay. Back to the diner, he said, even though
Guess what?
it's in the middle of the day. Guess we're just gonna hang out here with no problem anyway.
Sorry for all the cloak and dagger business. I'd tell you over a drink inside, but you never know who's listening.
It's fine.
Here, look at this. See this location? Apparently, it's become home to a pack of very dangerous indigents.
That's not good. That's a Frontier Nav probe site. If they damage the probe, it'll make it harder to collect Moranium.
Bingo. And check out how much old Handlebar Stash is offering to make sure that doesn't happen.
What the what? I've never seen such a high reward before.
He's obviously thinking this mission will require 10 teams or more.
Ah, so that's why. Bummer. It's a way smaller number when you split it 10 ways.
But it seems the job isn't public yet. A particularly ambitious team could swoop in and take the whole thing for themselves. Assuming they lived, that is. How did you get this info anyway?
Sorry, I can't tell you that. Suffice to say, someone at HQ is not very good at poker.
Some secret. You just basically told us.
Okay, well, whatever. It's still a juicy tip, ain't it? But even I'm not crazy enough to try it alone, which is why I immediately thought of you guys. So, what do you think?
Any thoughts?
Well, we can't very well say no, can we? And 70% of the take or suggest taking the job entirely for yourselves. Well, I mean, we are like 14 levels above the recommended level for this, so... I guess it's so ugly when you put it like betray, though. I guess we can try to negotiate.
Actually, if you consider the firepower we bring, that sounds about fair.
That sounds way more than fair. It's a rip-off.
The job in the first place.
We're sure more than that, methinks.
I don't charge for the tip, and we split it 50-50, okay?
You do know that we're 3 people, right?
Now that that's settled, let's head out before my team gets suspicious.
We deserve at least 75%. But I guess we're forced to take this guy into the party now. And go to Silblum Sandsprint Slope. Oh boy. Let's see where this is. I'm warping to the West CL Sandsea and... assuming that wherever that is going to be relatively close or reasonably close to where we need to go for this. Let's see. There's our scouts. I guess we better get into scouts. As long as we're here, we can try to
You can do this the hard way.
do this the hard way, or not. Really just wanted to approach one of the salvage points that had shown up on the map, but there we go. I'm pretty sure these things that are sticking out of the ground are biological, so... now that we've gotten to level 3, we should be able to trigger a few more of those, methinks. So better go and... try to... do as many of these things as we can for now. But also actually too distracted. What's from the actual objective here? Let's see.
That reward's starting to sound less crazy now that I see all of them.
Well, may as well get started.
May as well get started with say, even though these things are level 27. I feel tempted to just do this on the ground, but I mean, we get out of the skull for a second here and... Rotten cows didn't have any,
You can do this the hard way.
oh no, I guess we're doing it this way. Fuck it, we don't need no skill. I need to find some kind of method that will allow us to... yeah, get as much, get a whole bunch of TP quickly so we can trigger overdrive. And then it will be a walk in the park, but we need to actually, you know, do that, get to that point. Build up that there TP. I ain't using a fucking aura that would keep into my TP supply. There's one thing that you learn during the quarantine is that you need to conserve your TP. And well, we're almost there. Yeah, because we have a maximum of like... what do you call it? Of 3,000 or 4,000 at this point to actually get an upgrade for that. There we go. Now all we will do is just keep building up the number. It should be really easy with my current setup, yeah. Look at that shit. So for this to get filled up from that as well. I'm not even gonna have to rest fucking what's his face over there, Doug, before we're done with this. Right, guess we don't need to... Oh, we don't really need to do the AoE attack anymore, because they're basically all dead by that point, but still.
That takes care of this area.
Wasn't detrimental at any rate. More up ahead. Well, we do have we are, you know, full... what's it called? Overdrive from the start of the fight ready at this point, so... Don't think we're gonna be in trouble here. Yeah, there's clearly one of these false saxon or whatever these things are called that's just dormant. It's gonna wake up the second that we... Oh, it's way more fair than you can imagine. Then just aren't very sharp. There we go. Pretty sure I would ordinarily be doing this fight with the freaking with the skill, but that's what I was trying to say before I completely forgot my words that I was going to speak, but there we go. As we manage to get the number up, it should be golden. Can't even see where I am relative to the monster half the time, but I guess it doesn't matter. Now let's also use smooth recovery and use our own combo attack, which is simply sort of the best for actual damage. And do a swagger, even though that's, I don't think, very urgent at this point. I'm sure you can just spam smooth recovery and sliding slinger forever, and we'll just be in full drive forever at this point. I don't know what it is, but apparently there's something about smooth recovery that makes it so that the overdrive timer is extended, so that helps too. The healing moves too, I guess. In a way. I'm pretty sure this would have been a little bit faster on the scale, but who cares? Scale is more about like concentrated big damage attacks than anything else, I guess. I mean, that was barely any real damage, but still. Now with Screamer, whatever that means. know, once I manage to come up with a combo like this, I should try to figure out what the fuck the actual burst code of action would be for boosting my damage even further, because I feel like that's pretty much the only thing that I'm missing at this point. Let's see, if I do this, and then one of these, and then just kind of focus on getting my TP back. There we go. Well, more than a $250,000 damage there, but we managed to do it in foot because that's how overdrive works. It's just once you manage to get the ascend mode active, you can just stay alive forever. Even if it's, or at least I haven't managed to optimize the damage output as much as it could be optimized. But that's, you know, details. The important part is that you survive. Let's see, what other monsters are there here anyway? Oh, my Skirbo, Serpo. Pretty sure we haven't fought those yet at all. Maybe we have to fight more dogs here. Should be a lot easier than the thing we just killed. Unless this is just like one big dog that we need to fight to be the boss here, I guess.
I'd say we found a pack.
Take him down and the rest should scatter. Let's do it.
Wait, do we want them to scatter or do we want them to be concentrated in one position so we can exterminate them? Well, here we are. Stout Caro. I'll just say the hard way, but I'm just doing this. I don't know if we're gonna be attracting more like nearby indigents into this fight by doing the AoE attack, but I'm gonna continue to do it anyway. Shit, hold on. Do this first, I guess. Do the TP thing. There we go. There we go. I don't know what it is about those healing moves, but apparently there's something about them that really helps with filling the timer back up. Oh, there we go. Can't even fill it up all the way again. But we did get the Caro Subdue achievement, whatever that means. I guess from just killing the ones that were required for this mission.
The stragglers should be easy to mop up.
Something wrong?
Show no mercy to the little ones or spare the lives of the little ones. I mean, the last time we spared some monsters, they ended up coming back stronger later on. Guess we're gonna keep on trying to be the paragons here. No, Elma didn't like that.
Glad you agree.
We say that, but apparently Doug ends up doing it anyway. I guess it's not a real dilemma here.
Doug?
I think we're done here. I'll go on ahead. See you back in town, yeah?
Well, I mean, that is technically the more sensible solution to things here, in this particular situation, I would say, in this context. Fuck it. Oh, we don't actually get any consequences for our choice in that regard. What are these? I'd pull you. Huge. Apparently, if we kill these two Puges, we can, you know what, fuck it, let's do it.
Oh, they've seen us. Mind if I cut the thing out? Look at this sick dog.
I owe you one.
that part of the squad missions tasks right now, at least. There we go. Right to the dark side, I don't even know what the fuck this character is saying at the time, but I guess the attack is pretty good for this, I guess, infinite overdrive build that I somehow managed to come up with. Like, barely of my own volition. Specifically for group confrontations like this. Alright, that should kill the dude, and that did kill the dude. And now all we gotta do is go with the Pugilith here. Is it Pugilith or Pugilith? I'll never learn this. This is gonna be an eternal question. Maybe I could like try to figure out who the fuck did the localization for this game and try to ask them directly, because I feel that I feel like that's something that I would need to know before I die to be at peace with myself. Okay, there we go. Did we clear the Puya? I guess I'm gonna keep calling them Puya and Pugilith for now because I have no reference whatsoever, but that makes slightly more sense in my brain. Okay, let's just go back to the place so we can turn this mission in. Maybe we can like alternate and like do one affinity mission and then the one normal mission, something like that, so I can have different times at which I talk less or something, I don't know. Let's see. Prone used to eat Nopon. Well, that's an interesting thing to learn about. Well, here we are. Hey dog, why did you shoot those dogs, even though we were going to shoot them before you?
So guess what? They just posted that job. You should have seen Vandam's face when I told him it was already done. Ha!
All according to plan, huh?
I told him half the reward goes to you. And they all lived happily ever after. What? You still upset about those little whelps?
No, I get it. We need that spot safe for developmental reasons. But after when it was over, you had this look on your face. I could tell something was bothering you.
Nothing gets past you, does it?
So you're making good on his debts?
Yep. Let's just say my old man knew how to live it up. He racked up a fortune in IOUs before he suddenly kicked the bucket. I was hardly old enough to work when it happened. Barely scraped by.
But surely you're under no obligation to pay his debts.
Not legally, no. But all those people were left hanging, so...
So you took on dangerous jobs?
High risk, high pay? I was your man.
Also, can you please actually work when I try to turn the mic back on? There we go. No, just on his part, he has some serious issues. Twin will be nice, I guess, in this particular
You're as crazy as I am.
particular occasion.
Now all those people are...
Yep, gone. Along with the rest of Earth.
Then why are you still doing it?
Well, truth is, I'm saving up money to build them a giant gravesite. A memorial, I guess. A bit morbid, I know.
Well, that's one way to put it.
Anyway, that was a good day's work. Catch you all later.
Hey!
What is it, Lindley?
He didn't pay the bill for his coffee.
Generous to a fault. Emphasis on the fault.
Oh boy. Alright, evaluation was split 50-50 and you got to hear some bits and pieces about Dog's past. Well, emphasis on the bits and pieces there, and learn the photon saber art phenomenon, so I guess that's another motivation for you to actually do as many of these vendor missions as you can, because I'm pretty sure that's the only way to learn some of the weapon arts that you can learn in this. But now it's one of Dog's affinity missions, I guess. Let's go to the barracks and see if we can take care of the missions that are in there. I think they're kind of low level for right now anyway, the ones that we are able to do. But there's two more, but those are way higher level. Try this one. Just teleport myself into the barracks and see how we go from there. Let's see if I can figure out. It was this one that's directly below me here. To the south of me, whatever that means. Here, am I looking at it? I think I am looking at it. This one here. Each time, only 3 members, so it's only us. Oh boy. Alright, let's see what this one's about. Let's do a few more of these, like I said.
Someone here to visit.
I just heard about a thing, so I might end up having to cut this short, but I'll try to do at least a few more of these.
What's wrong, Commander? You don't sound like your usual self.
If Mustache Friend have troubles, maybe Tatsu can help.
Right. We're alone here, yeah? Just your team?
Yes, just who you see here.
Okay then. This mission is sensitive stuff. Need to know for your ears only, etc. Alright?
What is it? Did something happen?
I won't beat around the bush. Nagi's gone missing. It's been 6 hours since we lost contact. He was out inspecting the Lifehold remains we found in Primordia.
Wait a sec. He did not go out there alone.
He had a team of Harriers escorting him. Their last transmission was, in combat with the Ganglion, and then, nothing. Which I'm sure you'll agree does not bode well.
At the same time, we don't want to jump to any conclusions, especially ones that could start a panic.
Fall into chaos. You're the new defense secretary now, or now you might be dead. Oh. Guess we're just gonna speculate. We should really go and actually confirm this.
What? Of course not. He's probably just hunkered down somewhere waiting for backup.
Look, I'll do my best to keep this under wraps while you check it out. But we need you to hurry. Find him.
Understood. We'll leave right away.
Alright. Investigate his whereabouts with utmost secrecy. Look for Nagi at Primordia's North Point Beach. It's only in Primordia? Alright, well, this shouldn't take very long then. Let's go to the North Point Beach, which is apparently almost all the way to the edge of the, kind of outcropping of land that eventually turns into the land bridge going to Silverlum. Let's see. Where could this man's be? Let's go look for him in the east, grabbing more of these little blue shinies along the way. Because there's no reason for us not to do that ever. Let's jump over some crabs. Well, we've just dodged the area where we actually have to go, but well, I guess this is where the people ended up. I wonder what happened here.
is where Secretary Nagi's last transmission came from.
Right. His escort team had arrived, and they were engaged with the ganglion here.
But Tatsu not see anyone.
Elma, I'm picking up a residual heat signal. This battle must have went down recently. Signal just spiked. What the heck is going on?
Let's go find out.
Alright, let's go find out. What is this giant cassette player stuck in the ocean? Should we be investigating this without our skills, or is this a bad idea, I wonder? I don't know, but now apparently we're going a little bit further than this. Oh, there he is. We can see him from here, apparently. There's no more complication for trying to figure out where the guy went when he's just right there.
Is this all you, sir?
It wasn't enough to save them. I lost soldiers. Good ones.
Those Harriers were your escorts, sir. Keeping you alive was their mission. I'm sure they have no regrets.
He never would have let this happen.
With respect, comparing yourself to those who are no longer with us won't get you anywhere, sir.
But Tatsu is glad Secretary is safe. Team Tatsu should hurry and tell Mustache Man.
I suppose you're right. Do me a favor. Head back to the city and file a report on all this.
You're not coming with us, sir?
There's something I need to do first.
Sir. It's nice to be reminded we've got a leader worthy of the position.
But because he said a few nice words, and apparently managed to like nuke a bunch of aliens by himself, but only after the rest of his escorts were already fucking dead. I'm not entirely clear on how the situation went down there.
Until you're all revived.
Oh yeah, they're not even, that's the thing.
Rest well, soldier.
They're not even really dead because they were all robot bodies anyway, like the rest of us. So it's only fake pathos that we're seeing here, really. Yeah, that's all we needed to do. We didn't even need to fight anything or do anything else. We just needed to... Wait, what the fuck? We can actually recruit Nagi now. That's not something I was expecting, but it's apparently a duelist plus. Yeah, I guess he did fuck up all the aliens by himself after the rest of his team died. Somehow. And learn the longsword art through stream edge. Well, there you go. Maybe we can now get definitive missions with Nagi. Let's see. Segment in the administrative district has been updated. Let's go look at that. What do we got? Yeah, it's a new affinity mission with him, but we could do it now, but we need 3 hearts of affinity with him, so that's not gonna happen for a while now. Unless, of course, that's one of the missions that we need to do for, what is it, for the plot. So what's the other one that we need to do also? Apparently Nagi's hanging out in front of the Blade Tower, that's where he's gonna be hanging out. Let's go back into the Blade Barracks, but while we're transporting ourselves there, let me take a look at the requirements for this again. Okay, okay, well now that we've recruited him, Nagi shows up as a restricted member in the plot mission, but... I need to complete one called 9 Lives that we have not found yet, and one called Boot Camp, which is with Gwyn. Let's see. Guess now we're gonna be doing another one of the missions that's up here, this one I think. Prospective partners, yep. Max members 4, which means that we can do it with somebody else. Also survey 18% of planet Mira. I'm pretty sure we've done more than that. Go to the planet view, and yeah, our survey rate for the whole planet right now is 33.76%, so we've been doing fairly well. But let's see, we needed to get our affinity a little bit up higher with... I guess Fog was the one that we were building it up with now. Since we do have the option of recruiting somebody else, I guess we might as well go and do that. Before we go to the next thing. I think we can recruit Fog in the residential district. Celeste 3, Fog, yeah, here we go. Your Deliverance Spark.
Really?
Is this about work? I'd be honored.
Okay. Oh, we just head back into the thing and we accept the mission. Shouldn't be very difficult. Shouldn't take very long to load into this place either because we've literally just been here. There we go. Primary destination Noctilum level 34. What could possibly go wrong?
We have visitor.
Well, it isn't every day the Director General stops by for a visit.
I'm a busy man, I fear. But something's come up that I'd like your team to handle.
Stuffy Suit came to the right place. Make request and Tatsu will see what he can do.
Right. Yeah, well, I'd like to propose we enhance our surveillance of the ganglion.
Is there something you're expecting to find?
We've had a string of unusual reports lately. There have been rumors that the ganglion are fighting amongst themselves.
Power struggles? With all those species working together, I imagine they've no shortage of infighting.
Which is precisely what we want to exploit. Hence, we need for intel. And why I'd like you to focus on expanding Frontier now, for now.
All right. We'll take it on as a formal request from you.
Alright. Expand his investigation of the ganglion across Mirror. 20% of Mirror. Wait, didn't we do that already? Yeah, so we did. So literally all we have to do is go talk to the guy now, I guess. We should also take advantage of the fact that we have a little bit more Moranium now. So we can dump all that we have into AMs, and it's gonna be a little bit easier to level that up. And we can hold basically twice as much as we did before. Dump the rest of this into Mardis and Co, which should be maxed out now, yeah. Only a fraction of that. All products further upgraded, further change these nature's way. Behold our new lineup of battle trade infused products. There we go. That's done, and now we just dump the rest of this into Counter Incredible, I guess, because we don't have a... We do have a fair bit, but... It's gonna take a while to get these all the way to max level, especially this one, it seems. But there was also like a side mission we were working on that requires us to have to give the guys some uranium, right? 15,000 units. We could have done that right now, but whatever. We'll just do it when we get our next payout. We get more than that with every payout. But for now, let's just go back here. I guess let's head into the Blade Tower and I guess just talk to the guy again, so we can immediately finish this mission that we just started. Not really in the Blade Tower, is he? Oh, we go in the tower entrance. We're talking to the tower entrance. We can head inside.
Fascinating.
Find something useful?
Rothian Skell.
All intelligence is useful, Colonel. It's just a matter of finding the best lens to view it through.
Wow, that's deep, sir.
Wow.
If I'm not mistaken, you fought against a Rothian squadron before, yes?
Yes, this only appears after Chapter 9.
I hear that name someplace before.
Looks these lion-esque people, proud and fierce people, or a bunch of conniving furballs? Well, we're gonna be neutral here.
Warriors through and through. The sort you don't want for enemies.
Not ringing any bells.
Come on, we fought them in Sylvalum, remember?
Oh, right! Tatsu remember now. Kitty cat people, right?
We've analyzed Frontier Nav records for evidence of ganglion infighting. Every instance has involved Rothians fighting against one race or another. This is more than just a few simple disagreements. We believe they've broken ties with the ganglion entirely, and on less than amicable terms.
Yeah, so is this our opportunity to get them on our side, maybe? Wipe out the Rothians for good, or forming an alliance?
If they really have left the ganglion, that might be a possibility. Their motives certainly seem different enough. If their values align with ours.
As we often said on Earth, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. I expect an alliance with the Rothians would prove beneficial for both of us.
Agreed. Even beyond the practical elements, it just makes sense for us to try and make as many friends as possible.
Which brings me to your next mission. I need you to travel to the site of the latest clash and gather data.
Yes, sir.
Oh boy, apparently whatever we actually have to do here isn't just getting exploration percentage. We need to gather information. But apparently there's also another normal mission we can accept here. Oh hey, another mission from Stella? Didn't she already give us a mission that we haven't completed yet? I'll to drop by the barracks to see you. But top secret mission straight from the Director General, very hush-hush and all that. Received a report from a curator surveying Noctilum. Seems that some ganglion troops are gathering at the mouth of Deadman's Gulch. For a survey team, judging from equipment, which means there may be something important there besides the big scale that you recovered before. I want you to go there and figure out what exactly they're after. Going back to that awful place. Well, isn't that where the corruption was? I don't know. What's the pay? Let's be practical here. We'll do anything as long as the pay is worth it. Well, that's how professionalism works, so I guess so. 18,000, that's, I guess, slightly above average at this point. Be careful out there regardless, so, yeah. Following up on that eventually, but for now we're just gonna keep going so that we can complete this mission, and then probably gonna be cutting this short, and yeah, something that I need to do in like 20 minutes, so we'll probably cut this short. We'll probably take at least a look at the basic missions after that, but then probably end up calling it a stream in just a little bit. But for now, let's try to at least finish this in the mission. I guess hurry up in all of our travel here. Wonder if we're gonna have to end up fighting the Rothians again. I hope not.
No pilot in sight. It's unclear if they abandoned the Skell or were killed.
What about the data unit?
Intact, as far as I can see.
Excellent. Please bring it back with you. Also, a sample of the plating and any weaponry you can manage.
We'll do what we can. Ready for a little manual labor?
Are you kidding? I can't wait to get this stuff home to analyze it.
Just all my time is on motives, really. We're waiting this long to bring that up. She knows more than she's saying. Well, I don't know. Why don't we ask Elma right here, I guess? Shosan Maleficent's motives might be more of a situation like fucking like the Brigadier and the Silurians and Doctor Who, where it's like, is he really interested in an alliance, or is he just gonna nuke them all when the yard is down? let's see what she wants.
What do you mean?
Or what she means. I kind of blinked and missed it.
Explanations in order.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
About what?
I don't know about what though.
His mission. Or about his intentions, at least.
Well, maybe she suspects the same thing.
Right.
Uh-oh. Is he up to something?
Well, no point in hiding it, I suppose. I can't be certain, but if I had to venture a guess, I'd assume this is all just insurance in case an alliance falls through.
You mean we're gathering this data to make fighting the Rothians easier?
Oh, I'm sure diplomatic talks will come first. And even if we can't secure a friendship, that doesn't mean we have to fight. But it's always good to prepare for the worst possible scenario. Especially if you're the man responsible for the safety of all of New LA.
Well, I hope the Alliance can work out.
As do I, Lynn. For now, let's get back to work.
Oh man, other parts on the Rothian skill, so I didn't mean to fly again, but yes. That's gonna have to happen, right, so... Well, how do we do this? Can we do it from within our own skill, or... I guess we have to get out and do it on foot. Or it actually is... What do we got? Teleport from the Rothian skill. Very cool. Right, what is this thing here? Geary Falls Saxon. It's apparently kind of low level compared to us, so... Probably don't need to worry too much about that. What about that thing there, though? Callus Sintimir, Skintimir, I don't know. Probably Sintimir. Is that a specific combination or concatenation of letters is something I would associate with a word like, I don't know, scintillating, which I know is pronounced scintillating. What, since all the shit in this game is made up, then I honestly don't know. We gathered 3 Rothian scale parts, now what? So it's not quite like a Brigadier wants to nuke all the Silurians while they're down situation, where it's more of a... Brigadier wants to gather information about the Silurians in case they decide to go bad and try to kill us all. For insurance, I guess that's a bit more sensible. If you want to take that perspective. Okay, let's see. This has been another mission that's not necessarily about doing any fighting, but I'm okay with that. I am very okay with that, as a matter of fact.
I received your report. Good work collecting those samples.
Yep, here are those samples.
I'm just sorry we weren't able to get more.
I mean, we were able to get more.
You have my
There were a bunch more of those scouts around, we just didn't want to.
Proud people.
Because we don't trust this guy enough, I guess.
An alliance. I'm certain they'll be friends we can trust.
I'll remember that. And should the day come, I'd like you to serve as ambassador.
My pleasure. As long as you don't send me there to declare war.
Perish the thought. The fewer enemies we have, the easier my job is.
So there we are. I guess that's the end of the mission. Got quite a bit of money from that too, so there's that, but... I'm sure there's another fair amount of... Well, there's another segment we can complete, and... Segment in the Blade Bark has been updated. What does that mean? We can actually follow that up now. Guess I will in future if that's the case, but let's see. Yeah. New affiliate mission, a challenger approaches, which is apparently... only... what do you call it? Only available after completing chapter 10, which we just did, and it's level 32, so not that far from where we are now, so we'll have to look into that later, but like I said, I'm gonna have to leave in just a little bit, so I think the last thing I'm gonna do for now is, don't have a new Millennium payout yet. Let me see. I'm just gonna go over here to the Blade Conqueror so that I can check the basic missions and see if there's any that are just for friggin' well, story mission. I don't think a story mission is really necessary though, but no. If I can find more of these, what are they called? Client for briefing, except more normal missions. Social, I guess what those are called. There's not a reward for this, is there? No, there's not even a reward for this. It's literally just completing it so that you can get a real mission and focus on that. Was there anything else that I would want to accept from here right now? Probably not. Stone lattice cavern, oh boy. Slay, harvest, boy. Yeah, I don't think I'll accept any more of these unless they're just like ones I can complete instantly because I already have the materials or whatever. And there's no such mission, so guess all I will do is go to the other places that have these normal missions I can accept and accept them, but probably won't actually be doing any of these right now. I'm just gonna have them on the list, I guess. They're both here. Are they both here? I don't know if they are, or if I need to go to a different district, but let's see here. Elisa or Lisa. Isn't this the woman that got put in the hospital by the xenophobia a few missions ago? I don't know. Alice and I have been investigating the people responsible for the attack at my speech. We found proof that it was Alex and his followers, really. Alice is well enough for such activity, or how she learned the identity of the shooter. Yeah, how did you learn that? You had a pretty big network of Nopon allies, really. Intel dealer named Cheche uncovered the link between the shooter and Alex. Oh yeah, because we did chase down the shooter, didn't we? And he was like a scale guy. An assassin that I guess got hired gun, but... Well, they said Alex's group has been gathering weapons and scouts so they can kill every last xenophobe in NLA. I forget what they've done to me, but this is genocide we can't allow to happen, so... I mean, what do we do at this point? Go to Cheche and follow up, I guess we can find out where that guy is and get an actual closure for that quest line. But like I said, I'm not doing it just now, I'm just like getting it on the list. Still haven't given up hope that Alex will listen to the reason and turn away from violence, but apparently he's still due for some kind of character development at least, or at least a more explicit Freudian excuse. You know exactly how that's gonna end up. Do what you must. You're way too nice. These are people who shot you, remember? Well, Alex must pay for his crimes, or they should stick to diplomacy if they can, but... I mean, we've tried that, but... Eventually something's gonna have to, something's gotta give, as they say, I guess. I'm Cheche, the informant at the west end of Melville Street, yeah. But first, why don't we go down here and... Hold on a second, actually, there's a salvage point here. But I guess we never got. Why didn't we get it? Was it because we needed a level 4 or a level higher than 4? Archaeological level 3. Oh, we can definitely get it now. There you go. Segment region complete. What else? What do these people say? There's an unusual Avello near Oblivious River Isle that spends all its time endlessly foraging for food. I'm pretty sure I've already killed that one multiple times. It's Ludwig the Picky Eater or whatever. Oh boy, Moi Moi. Is this one of the people that calmly confirm Moi Moi's present situation? Yep. One of the dudes that was asking us to help get the sword or whatever. Until Brother Pun, yeah, comes back with Sword of Legendariness, Moi Moi is broke. Playing dead to minimize energy consumption. Well, only playing dead for now, but forget about Moi Moi, take this last piece of food for Hungry Brother Pun. To Hungry Brother Pun on his journey. Which is like the Nopon and the other guy who were like brothers in the first Xenoblade, and one of them didn't want to leave or whatever. As Moi Moi heard, Moi Moi was in the west part of Ibra Ravine in Oblivia. Moi Moi said Sword of Legendariness was in reach, but he was too hungry to carry on. Well, I don't know how we got that information, but makes me worry. Worry about Brother Pun, more about Moi Moi. Nopon who collapsed inside New LA's snapping, Nopon who collapsed outside New LA's lunch. Well, unless one of those two Nopon is actually gonna die of starvation, but yeah. details. But there's only one more segment or district in here where apparently there's a new thing that we know we have to follow up on, and that's the administrative district, kind of surprisingly enough. There's another mission we can accept from Laramara. Oh boy. The most subtle, well, one of the two most subtle characters in this game. Let's see here, where is this mission? It's below us. It's in the hangar of it, so let's jump down higher. Laramara and Rutantan. Is that a Manon? Yeah, there's a Manon. What are these people talking about, I wonder? Other Manon fell during the attack. Lara's boyfriend was killed during the attack, wasn't he? It's very, very sad. Told me once that people like to be surprised with these kinds of things. I do something, because if I was afraid of all that water coming from his eyes might end up drowning me. Oh. What else can he say about this? Recent developments. The Ganglion's tech has its own merits, one might even call it advanced. Well, apparently they have like anti-gravity drives that I guess we have to catch up to in a hurry. I'd like to study it if given the chance, but all they seem to produce is weapons, right? And I hate weapons. Well, I mean, there's a freaking Manon-based weapons manufacturer here in the city, and there's no more dialogue, so let's just talk to this guy. Seem absolutely bored to death. Why not spend a little quality time with me? Well, that was quickly. I'm covered in the quality time department, yeah. Also taken care of in the romance department. Well, there's only so many reasons one blade strikes up a conversation with another. Or were you just teasing me? Well, as government mucky mucks have given me a job, and while I'm flattered to be asked for by name, I could still use a little help. Some team took down a huge beastie in Silverlone. Big Lock's body is still just sitting there, so they want me to bring it in for research on this section and whatnot. Well, let my friend here explain the details. They hired him to do all the analysis bits. Oh boy. This next bit is rather serious. The aforementioned Big Lunk was apparently a massive ganglion weapon, you see. We had previously dismissed him as a band of thugs, but this is some fairly impressive tech. Well, wasn't it like a creature though, they said? So was it like a bioweapon or an actual robot? I don't know. Taking a proactive interest in this case, you understand. Make it sound so noble, oh boy. Motives are half a tireless thirst for scientific knowledge and half a desire to waste nothing. Those are both noble. It's a lovely pack of excuses, but can we get on with this? Well, where is this thing even? The engine and what we suspect is the cockpit remain largely unharmed. If other parts are also salvageable, then so much for the better, right? Just need you to go out there and grab whatever you can, if that's okay with you. I mean, sure. Oh, it's a Zu Pharg record, so made it a little vague what that was supposed to be. So people they were talking about that took down the big Manon thing was actually us. We did that. I guess this wasn't available to appear until after we did that. Please hurry if that's alright. Walking fast is good, but maybe running would be even better. Well, I think we'll actually leave it at that for now. We'll just go back up to the Blade Concourse real quick. We don't have another Varanium payout yet. That's how comparatively little time that I've spent on this. But we'll just go to the terminal with the basic missions one more time, just to confirm that there aren't any more side missions we could accept at this time. Because I haven't seen anything more on the map for this area, or at least I don't think. But we'll at least get them on the map. Let's see, uranium for fun and profit. Well, there's one. Already figured that. About the rest of these 17 exploding pansies and several of them. Apparently we did that already, so there you go. The mountain again, those stoning cauldrons. I think for the ones that only have one requirement, it's not a collectible, it's unique, so sure, we'll accept that. Oxerve hands from selenium oxerves in cauldrons. Oh boy. Nightmare pineapples and force and avatars. Alright, so guess we'll do that. Settlement has been updated. And natural pearls, is there anything more? No. Okay, so we'll go accept this mission in the man on ship, and I think that'll be the last thing we do here. And the starboard side. It's apparently right behind us here. Or not. Be here, would it be behind this threshold? It would be behind this threshold, okay. From May. What a funny May. Hello, this is Shimmer and Savvy Financial Group, you know. Too much Millennium, too much, you can turn it into cash by fulfilling the requests for Millennium that we post to Mission Control. Then humans get money, I get money, and everyone is very, very happy. Well, is any of this legal? Yeah, it seems like a good question to ask. Shouldn't I be getting so angry at your questioning or something? That's what humans do, isn't it, when you question the legality of their actions? Oh, so we can't actually question that, how dare we? Want to hear about my alchemy, right? It's kind of a trade secret, but I suppose I could tell you if you become a VVIP. Very, very important person, okay. All you need to do is bring me 5 pieces of arc sand ore, alright. And Shimmer and Savvy Financial Group VVIPs also receive a special VVIP Millennium exchange rate. Well, do we have that yet, or... Oh, we do, so we can literally just finish this now. Sure. And we did already, so now what? Oh, that was from the basic mission. We went richer, blah blah blah. Rich people parties. Well, hey, guess what we did? We're the customer looking to become a VVIP member. Oh, we found the stuff. We have 94 of these. There we go. So great. It should be enough to upgrade the alchemy engine and our profits. About to announce that you're officially a VVIP member now. Ready for a much better Millennium exchange rate from now on, alright. Banter with the Master Man and Alchemist Mei is completely complimentary, isn't it? Well, what does that mean? You can actually exchange Millennium for money now? What money? Ask for advice. I guess how to turn a profit would be the main thing here. Step 1 is to throw a handful of Millennium into the super duper alchemy engine I invented, okay. And then boom, heaps of other resources eventually come flying out of the other side. Gold, silver, no problem. Almost like printing money, perhaps. And more Millennium means I can receive much more credits. Yeah. Bronze VVIP member. Oh jeez. Silver VVIP members receive even better exchange rates, so it is claimed, but I don't know how true that actually is, so... Not quite sure how that would actually work. Like, where we would do that. Apparently not here is the answer, but... We don't even have the Millennium payout yet, do we? Nope. We've been completely unable to get that yet, but I think we'll go back to Administrative District and just go to the front of the barracks so we can end things off here. There we go. And yeah, apparently the other thing that I was waiting for is just about to happen, so guess I'll do a quick lightning round. And ending here, as I stand in front of the console. Not yet, this has been a pretty short stream, but hey, we managed to do the stuff that I actually said that I wanted to do in the game. Even though I wanted to maybe play a few more games after the fact, but another thing came up, so maybe I'll do it some other time this weekend, who knows, or maybe some time soon. I do want to keep playing the Sengetsu mode in Bloodstained, and I guess I'll go ahead and switch both from already. Sengetsu mode in Bloodstained, and maybe some more Cook Serve Delicious 3 on stream, as well as the other game that I'm playing, which is Mario and Luigi, but... Well, that's probably what I'll be doing sometime this weekend. I'll try to actually get started a little bit later or earlier in the day, and play some more of this game, do some more of the side content, and probably not the plot yet though, until I've had a little more time to grind even more, but what else? Well, that's pretty much it. I'll probably be back today, or not today. Not today at all, but tomorrow or the day after, you know, Saturday or Sunday for more of this game and maybe more other stuff. A few other things, but... And I'll probably be back on... Oh jeez, the freaking stylus fell out, I think. I'll have to look for that in a second, but... There will be that, and there will be Mario and Luigi on the weekday, which I probably will actually take care of to do on the weekday next week, so do stay tuned for that. I would throw a host at somebody. I don't even know if there's anyone that I follow alive right now. I think I'll probably just end it right now. So yes, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just do that, so do nothing, just I was gonna tell you to do something, but I realized that wouldn't make sense, so I'll just probably gonna be back this weekend with more of this game and maybe a few other things, and then on the weekdays with Mario and Luigi, so do stay tuned for that and take it easy, etc, etc, you know how it goes. So I will just skip ahead to the end of my spiel, which is I will see you later.